Hello student, welcome to my channel VK Voice. Today we are going to discuss some question of chapter number 2. But before I start those questions, I will discuss the concepts based upon which these questions are there. So first of all, first concept is of density. What is density? Density is mass per unit volume. It is denoted by the letter D. So D is equal to M upon V, where M is mass, V is volume, mass per unit volume. Next thing is, what is the unit of density? The SI unit of density is kilogram per meter cube, and the CGS unit of density is gram per centimeter cube, and there is a relation between gram per centimeter cube and kilogram per meter cube. And what is the relation? Relation is 1 gram per centimeter cube is 1000 kilogram per meter cube. Next concept which I am going to discuss with you is the relative density, RD. What is relative density? Relative density is the ratio of the density of the substance to the density of water at 4 degree. So since it is the simple ratio of similar physical quantities, therefore relative density don't have any unit. Keep it in your mind that relative density don't have any unit. Next topic which we will discuss today is on what factor the floating and sinking depend. Whether the body is going to float or the body is going to sink, how we will decide. Now, whenever you are having a body, the weight of the body always act in the downward direction and a buoyant force act in the upward direction. If the buoyant force is more, body will move up, and if buoyant force is less, the body will go down. So, buoyant force will decide whether the body is going to float or the body is going to sink. Now this buoyant force depends upon the volume of the liquid displaced. If the volume of the liquid displaced is more, then the buoyant force is also more. And if the buoyant force is more, then the body is going to float. And you can see from here, there is a relation between density and volume. If the density is less, volume will be more. That means those substances whose density is less as compared to the density of the liquid, those substances will float on the liquid. So first thing which will decide whether the body is going to float or the body is going to sink is the volume of the liquid displaced. If the volume of the liquid displaced is more, in that case the body will float. Or you can say, if the density of the body is less as compared to the density of the liquid. So one concept, so you can just keep it in your mind. If the density is less, density of the body is less, body will float, and if the density is more, the body will sink down. Similarly, one more concept is there. If the weight of the liquid displaced by the body is more, in that case the body is going to float, and if the weight of the liquid displaced by the body is less, in that case the body is going to sink. So it depends upon, so this is also known as law of flotation, that we will discuss later when we will discussing the questions. So that is there, that depend upon. And one more thing, sometime it is asked on how you will measure the, what are the various vessels which are used to measure the density of the liquid or the volume of the liquid. The volume of the liquid is measured with the help of measuring cylinder or measuring beaker. So many are there, and that is there. One more thing is, what is density bottle? Density bottle is nothing but it is a glass bottle which is having a mark on it, and when you fill it completely, you are having a definite amount of volume. It may be of 25 ml, it may be of 50 ml. When it is completely filled, you are having the fixed amount of volume. So that is there, that is also used to calculate the density of the substance. And sometimes the question is asked in another way. The mass of the body is given to you and the mass of the liquid which is there, that is given to you, volume is given, then how you will calculate the density? So by using that data, you divide the mass by volume, you will be having the density. But sometimes what happens, you are given a irregular body, then it is asked how you will calculate the density. In that case, what you will do, you will simply dip that body in the liquid. So before dipping the body, just find how much volume is there, what is the mark of the volume of the liquid inside the measuring cylinder, that is the initial volume. Then dip the body, the water level will rise up, again calculate, again determine how much is the volume, that is the final volume. Take the difference of the two volumes, that is the volume of the body. Now you know the volume of the body, divide the mass of the body by the volume, you will be having the density of the body. And one more thing is there, if you are having a regular body, regular solid, then how you will calculate the density? In that case, it is very simple. First of all, calculate the volume, and you know the formula for the volume of a regular solid is volume is equal to length into breadth into height. Just check what is the length, what is the breadth, what is the height of that solid, multiply the three, you will be having the volume. Again, measure the mass. The mass can be measured with the help of physical balance. So mass divided by the volume, which you can calculate by using this formula. But you can apply this thing only if the body is a regular body. In that case, you can calculate easily. So there are certain applications as well which are there, which are based upon the concept of floating and sinking, like submarine is there. So many concepts are there, which those questions I am going to discuss with you. But if you know these concepts are used in all the questions. If you know these concepts which I have discussed with you now, you will be able to solve all the questions. But it depends whether you retain these concepts or not. If you retain these concepts, you will be able to understand all the questions. So let us start the question one by one. Question number 20. Now in question number 20, it is asked how you will calculate the density of iron piece. Now for density, you need two things, as you know, mass and volume. Mass of the iron can be measured by using physical balance. So put the mass over here. Then next thing required is the volume. How you will measure the volume? First of all, fill the measuring cylinder and note down its initial volume. Suppose the initial volume is V1. Then suspend the iron in the measuring cylinder. The water level will rise. Note down the final volume. Suppose the final volume is V2. Take the difference of the two, V2 minus V1, it is the volume of the iron. Now you know the mass of the iron, you know the volume of the iron, divide the two things, you will get the density. Next question, question number 21 is describe an experiment to determine the density of liquid. Now to take the density of the liquid, mass of the liquid is required. So how you will calculate the mass of that liquid? First of all, what you will do, fill the liquid in the measuring cylinder and then measure it. First of all, measure the measuring cylinder before filling the liquid and then after filling the liquid. Suppose before filling the liquid, the mass was M1 and after filling the liquid, the mass was M2. So the total mass of the liquid will be M2 minus M1. Now the mass is known to you and the volume you know with the help of measuring cylinder. Suppose the volume is V. So divide these two things, M2 minus M1 divided by V, you are having the density. Next question which is there, question number 23 and the 23 question number 22, sorry. Question number 22 is what is density bottle? Now you know I have already explained what is density bottle when I was discussing the concepts. Now question number next is Yes, question number next is, what is the unit of relative density? That I have already discussed with you. Relative density don't have any unit. Question number 24 is, a piece of wool would float on water while the iron nails sink. Why? Now you know wood's density is less, so, and the density of the iron nail is more, so wood displaces more water. Since the displacement of water is more, therefore the wood float, while the density of the iron nails are more, therefore they displace less water, hence they sink down. Question number next is question number 25 is, why does ice float in water? Again, the density of ice is less than the density of water. Density of ice is 0.9 only. So that is why density is less, hence it displaces more water, hence it floats on the surface of the water. Next question, question number 26. Why are icebergs floating on sea water are dangerous to ship? You know the density, as I told you before also, of ice is 0.9 only. Therefore, its 9 by 10 part remain inside the water, while 1/10 part remain above. Therefore, they are very dangerous for the ship. Question number 27 is, what is density, how it is denoted, give the relation for the same, give the unit of the density. I have already discussed with you what is density, how it is denoted, and all these things I have discussed when I was discussing the concepts. Now question number 28 is, briefly explain as to how will you work out the density of a regular solid. You are having regular solid. In case of regular solid, you know mass can be calculated by using physical balance, and the volume can be calculated by using the formula length into breadth into height. You know you are having mass, you are having volume, just divide it and you will be having the density. Now question number 29, describe different types of vessel for measuring volume of liquid. You know there are so many vessels which can be used. One is measuring cylinder, you know, and the other is measuring beaker. So many are there, you can discuss one or two. Now next question is question number 20. How will you find the density of an irregular solid using measuring cylinder and then using Eureka can? So first of all, you are to find the irregular density of irregular solid. If you are having irregular solid, mass can be calculated very easily by putting it on the physical balance. So mass is no problem. Problem is of volume. How you will measure the volume? Volume can be measured by using the measuring cylinder. You just put the, first of all, fill the measuring cylinder with the liquid and then find the initial volume. Suppose initial volume is V1, then put the body inside it. The water level will rise, and again calculate the final volume. Suppose final volume is V2, take the difference V2 minus V1 and then divide mass by V2 minus V1, you will be having the density. Then next is, second is, how you will use Eureka can. In case of Eureka can, what you will do, you just put the Eureka can and fill it completely, and then put a small beaker underneath it, and then put the irregular body in the Eureka can. Water level will rise up and the water will transfer to the beaker. That beaker is a measuring beaker. Directly you can have the reading how much volume it is having. Then again use the same formula, mass upon volume. Volume is directly you have seen, and mass you have measured with the help of physical balance. In this way you can calculate the density. Now the question number 31. How will you measure the density of the liquid with the help of measuring vessel? That activity is given in your book, and the activity number 2.4 is there. You just can, the same procedure is there. I have already discussed in the beginning. You can just perform that activity. You will have to do only procedure and only diagram and result, nothing more. Now the question number 32 is, what is density bottle? How will you use it to find the density of the liquid? Again, I have already discussed with you what is density bottle and how we can use it. Density bottle simply is a glass bottle which is having a mark on it. When you completely fill it, the it contain a fixed amount or fixed volume of that liquid. In this way you can calculate the volume of. Question number 33. What is the difference between the relative density and specific gravity? You know, the density is the mass of the substance to the mass of the reference material, but the specific gravity is the mass of the substance and the mass of the water at 4 degrees Celsius. Here the substance, the liquid is specified, and the liquid is water at 4 degrees Celsius only. And next thing is asked, what is the densities of 3 states of matter? You know, 3 states are solid, liquid and gases. You know, solid has maximum density, then liquid, and then gases has minimum density. That is the order. Now next question is question number, discuss concept of floating and sinking. That I have already discussed in the beginning itself. You know, sinking and floating depend upon the liquid displaced. If the liquid displaced by the body is more, in that case weight of the liquid is more, in that case the body will float, otherwise the body will sink down. Now question number 35. State the principle of flotation. Show that the object float with the portion more outside the surface of the liquid having higher density than water. You know, if the weight of the body is equal to the weight of the liquid displaced by it, then the body will float. If the weight of the body is equal to the weight of the liquid displaced by it, in that case the body is going to float, otherwise it will sink. Now the next part you can explain with the help of an activity which is given in your book, and the activity number 2.5 is there. Question number 36 is there. Discuss various application of law of flotation. So many applications are there. First is ice is floating, floating of ice on the surface, floating of a submarine is there, so many, and floating of wood is there, floating of ships are there. All these are based upon the principle of flotation. Now question number next is question number 37. The density of the substance is 3.2 gram per centimeter cube. Convert it into kilogram per meter cube. I have already told you in the beginning itself that 1 gram per centimeter cube is equal to 1000 kilogram per meter cube. Now here we are given, how much is given? We are given 3.2 gram per centimeter cube. If you just want to convert it into kilogram per meter cube, what you will do? You just multiply it by 1000. So 3.2 multiplied by 1000, you will be having 3200 kilogram per meter cube. So this is your answer. Very simple. If you just remember, if you retain the concept, you will be easily solving all these problems. Now question number next is question number 38. Piece of iron of mass 500 gram have a volume 64 centimeter cube. Now mass is given to you, volume is also given to you. Mass is 500 and volume is 64. Divide the two, you will be having the density. Very easy. 500 divided by the mass, volume is 64. You divide it, you will be having the answer directly. You will be having 7.481 gram per centimeter cube. That will be your answer. Very easy. You can easily do this because you know the formula, and the formula is mass upon volume. Mass was given to you, volume was given to you. Simply divide and get the answer. Question number 39. Find the density of the solid using the data given. Here a data is given. In data, mass is given to you, and initial volume of the water is given, and final volume is also given. So mass, as I told you, mass is given to you. This we will apply this formula. Mass is given to us. Mass is 70. And volume, final volume minus initial volume. Now final volume is 40, initial volume is 25. 40 minus 25, you will be having, you can just divide it, you will be having 70 divided by 15. 70 divided by 15, and by solving this you can easily get the answer, and the answer is 4.66. This is the answer. In this way you can easily calculate. Now next question is, The mass of the empty density bottle is 20 gram. When filled completely with water, it weighs 65 gram, and 75 gram when filled with liquid. Find the relative density of the liquid. You know, the relative density is density of the substance to the density of the liquid. So we will have to measure the density of all these. First of all, I will calculate the density of the substance, then I will calculate the density of the liquid. Now you can have this. Now first of all, mass of the water we will calculate. What is the mass of the water? You are having empty mass, you know, filled mass, you know. Empty mass is 20 and filled mass is 65. Therefore 65 minus 25, this is the mass of the water. So this is the mass of the water, that means 45 gram is the mass of the water. Now you know the mass of the water. Now I will calculate the mass of the liquid. The mass of filled beaker or whatever is given, and that is how much it is given. It is given when it is filled, it is 70. How much it is? It is 75. So it is 75 again. 75 minus, it was 20, 75 minus 20, you will be having how much? You will be having 55. So you are having two masses, mass of water, mass of the substance. Take the ratio of these two, mass of the substance and the mass of the, mass of the substance, and you just take this 55 divided by 45, you will be having the answer. You just calculate, you will be having the answer. Now the next question is question number, which question is there? Question number 40. Use the following data to find the density of the liquid. So table is there. Again, this question is similar as I have explained you. This question is similar to that. In that case you can just discuss it. Now question number 42. It is a diagram is given to you. A figure is given to you in which in one pan it is 1 kilogram of iron, and in the other pan it is 1 kilogram of cotton, and it is asked which one is heavier. You know, iron is heavier. Why it is heavier? Because in that case, in case of iron, the wind force is less, and in case of cotton, wind force is more. Therefore weight of iron is more as compared to weight of the cotton. So iron is heavier. And then which one is lighter? All these questions I have discussed with you. Cotton is there, and the next option is iron. Question number 43. A diagram is given to you. A person is floating on the sea. That sea is a dead sea whose density is more. Since the density of the sea is more as compared to the density of the person who is floating on it, therefore the person floats on the sea water. Now next question is, one question is given there. Ship. Why the ship is there? You know, in the ship there is a chambers there, and in that chamber some air may be trapped, and due to which the average density of the ship is less as compared to the water. Therefore, since the density of the ship is less, average density of the ship is less as compared to water, therefore it floats. Last question is, what is the exceptional behavior of water? You know, water, when the water is freezed, it expands, and the other things contract on freezing. Water, what the water do? Water expand on freezing. So all these questions I have discussed with you. I hope you have understood all these questions. So try hard to get good marks in your examination. My best wishes.